Okay, good morning all. So today's session is going to be on Docker file. Already last class we have seen about Docker file. So today we are going to see many more examples on Docker file. So to work on Docker file, initially I'm going to create a AWS instances, EC2 instances in AWS. Let me go to let me log into AWS console. AWS console login. I am inside the console. I will sign into the console. So already it looks like I am logged in. So immediately it logged into my account. I will go to EC2 instances. I will go to instances running. Here I will click run instances. Okay, let's give the name as Docker file. Got it? I will select Ubuntu image and then key. I'll set Kubernetes launch key and then I will click launch instance. So it is launching the instance. Go to view all. So we can see the instance has been created, but it is in pending state. Okay, let's wait for a few seconds. It will be getting created. It's getting created. Still it is pending state. It's in running state. Let's actually wait for another like 10 to 20 seconds. Let me try to connect the server. Connect. And also I will give connect. So we got the server. Initially what we should do once we got the server, we should update the server. Sudo apt-get update. It's apt. The server is getting update to the latest. Now let us install Docker. Sudo apt-get install -y docker.io. Okay, got it. Now let us check the service, Docker service, whether it's running. Sudo service Docker status. It is running, and it is always good to know the version which we have installed. Sudo Docker version. This is the latest version which got installed. Now let me create a directory. mkdir docker file. Okay, I will get into the directory by giving cd change directory. Let me create a Docker file. docker file. Docker file. I will give I will go on interactive mode. So already I am having a Docker file. I'm going to use that file here. Okay. So let me try to explain what are the things mentioned inside the Docker file from Ubuntu. Meaning is that it is going to pull the image, Ubuntu image, and then after pulling the image, it is going to update the container with apt-get update command, and then it is going to install Apache 2. Okay, so this run usually this particular component of the Docker file. So you can see many components, right? From run, work dir, copy, entry point, environment, kind of things. This run command, it is actually this run is usually it is used to run any command in the container once after the container is created. So in the beginning, once the container is getting created, if you need to run certain commands, you can use run. Okay, and then work dir. So work dir means working directory. So now for this particular Docker file directory is a working directory. So in similar way, once the container is created, so we are saying slash root should be the working directory. Meaning is that once you enter the container, automatically you will get slash root. You will be landing into this particular directory. Okay, I will show you the difference. First of all, let's run this Docker file and we can try to enter into the container, and I will show later what I will do means I will change this working directory to some other path and I will show the difference. Then you can understand in a better way. And then we are saying we are going to copy a file called index1.html to this particular location, and we are going to start apache.ctl.d means we are going to start Apache service. Like we are going to automate everything. So this entry point command usually it is used to start, stop, or restart the services inside the container. So this particular command is asked like it is actually telling to start the Apache 2 services, because once you installed Apache 2, it will not be the service will not be running automatically. We need to start, and then environment variable. So I'm giving name as so name, it is a, kind of a variable, and Guben's learn it's a kind of a value. So if you hit the variable, you will get the value name. Got it? So this is all about this particular Docker file. Let's try to run this Docker file. Sudo Docker build. I'm giving the full path where the Docker file is. Ubuntu Docker file, and then T means take a different TTY, and then we should give the image name. I'm saying this as web image, img, web image. So totally we have 7 steps. So first step it is pulling the Ubuntu image. Second step it is updating the container. Okay, and then third step actually it is installing Apache 2. Is installing Apache 2, and then fourth step it is setting the working directory as slash root, and fifth step it is actually trying to copy index1.html to this location, but it got failed. Copy fail. It is saying the file not found in the build context or executed by the Docker ignores Docker ignore state index1.html file does not exist. Meaning is that we did not create this file itself, right? The file is not there. That is why we are getting this in this particular error. Let's create the file. Okay, and then I have some ready-made HTML code. I will use that code. So this code it says. So usually you might have you may be knowing about HTML. So HTML always starts with HTML, and then it is it is opening body, and then heading, and then paragraph, and then here we are giving buttons. So it is opening up buttons, and then it's closing body. Got it? And then at last it should end the HTML code. Now what I will do means I will run the same command web image. So why it got completed very soon this time? Because already these things are already done. It will be in the cache. So straight away it got completed. So let us check sudo docker images. So we have image called web img. Now I will try to run this container sudo docker container run -it -d -p. I will run this in port number 82. I will map this to 80 inside the container -name. I will say this as web app and the image name is web image img. So I'm taking the image name from here and see, right, this is the image name. So this is the image name, right? And then I'm hitting enter. Okay, now let's try to hit the command. So a container got created. Now let us try to execute the like enter the container sudo docker ps. This is the container. So rather than entering the container straight away, let us check whether the website is running. So I will go to the instance. This is the instance we created newly, right? So I will go to security. Under security I will go to security groups. Under that I will go to inbound rules. I will add the rule. I will make sure that all the ports are open so that I will not get any kind of error while seeing the images. Okay, it is running. I will take this IP, go here, we colon 82. So you can see, so everything has been automated, right? So these are the steps actually we follow. We cat the file, Docker file, you can see. So first we installed and then we updated the container and then sorry, first we pulled that Ubuntu image and then we updated the container and then we installed Apache 2 and then we are saying working directory should be /root and then we copied the index 1.html file which is locally there to the container in this location and then the Apache 2 service is started. After that actually we have given the environment name as governance learn. So now I can check whether the website how it is working. So index 1.html. I can see my website there. Okay. So now what I can do is I will try to get into the container. Just a minute, guys. Okay, guys. What can we do is that see all the running containers. Sudo docker ps. So this is a container. I will try to get into the container. Sudo docker exec -it web app bash. So you can see once I actually try to get into the container, now I'm inside the container. You can see directly we are into this particular directory root, right? So we have mentioned in the Docker file saying that root is the working directory. That is why, like actually we are here. If you don't give working directory also, you will be under root only because root is a default working directory for any kind of containers. Okay. So directly you came here and then let us check. Actually, we have given the environment variables. So let us check echo This is the way to check the environment variable which has been already defined. So echo dollar symbol and the name says Kuben's law. So these are the things we done before. So like we checked this one time. Let me exit the container. Now what I will do is I will go to the Docker file and then I will say I will change the working directory. I will say the working directory should be home slash Ubuntu slash I will say it should be Ubuntu. Okay, we can leave it as such. And then what I will do means I will delete both the I will delete both the images and containers created before. So what is the command to do that? This is the one, right? To delete all the containers in a stroke. Maybe I will type once more time sudo docker. First we need to delete all the containers. Sudo docker rm -f. So I will say sudo docker es -a -q. Okay, deleted. Now what I will do means I will delete all the images rmi and then sudo docker images -a -q so that we will not have any conflict. Got it? Everything is deleted. Now it's clean. Let's try to run a container from Docker. Let's try to build the Docker file. Okay, sudo docker build and then the path. This is the path where our Docker file is there. -t and then let's say the name is work image. We are checking the working directory, right? So I'm giving the image name as work img. So it will do. So whatever it has done before, it will do the similar thing. It is pulling the Ubuntu image. It is updating the server. That is a container, Ubuntu container, and then it's installing Apache 2. Nirmal or Bindu, if you have any doubt, please ask me. This is very important Docker file. Okay. So once this is completed, next file we will see in much elaborate manner. It will have many options. Sudo docker images. Now the images got so docker file. We build the docker file, so we got the images as well. Let us try to run the container. Sudo docker container run -it -d -p. This time let us map it to 83. So 80 means always Apache will be running on 80 only. That is a default port number for Apache. Name I will say the container name is work cont and then the image name is work img. This is the image name, right? We have already given. This is the image name. So here we have given the image name and then this is the container name. So this is the something we are giving first time, the new container name. So and then what I will do is I will try to erase all these things and then let's try to hit this command. We got it. Now what I will do means sudo docker exec -et and then work and actually we are getting into the container bash. Got it? See, usually when last time when you enter the container it was slash, right? Slash root. Now you can see it is slash home slash Ubuntu. Am I right? What is happening is that now in this particular Docker file which we did before, we changed the working directory to slash home slash Ubuntu. Am I right? So that is the reason. So whenever you enter the container, this will be the working directory. Meaning is that all the commands which you are receiving, all kind of activity you are doing in the container, this will be the like default directory path. From here only it will execute. Okay, so usually what people will be doing is that officially in the project level, they will be having a certain kind of directory as a working directory for the containers. So they will not change that working directory for any containers. For all the containers they will have some default container path, working directory path, and they will give that. Got it? So we are done with this. What I will do means I will try to delete both the containers and all the images. It's done. Okay, I will clear the screen meanwhile. Now let's get into the Docker file, and I will delete all these things. I'm going to take a new Docker file which is much elaborate than what we have seen. Copy this. I will try to explain it. See, whenever whatever may be the file, okay, in this case it may be a Docker file or else a Docker compose file or else any kind of configuration file. In the first line of the file will be description. So if you start if you actually start any line with a hash mark, if this kind of hash symbol, meaning is that the particular line will be commented. Commented means this particular line will not be taken by the program. If you are running a Docker build command, Docker build command will not consider this line. So it may be for any kind of file, even though if it is a shell script or else a JavaScript, if you just give this hash before the line, meaning is that that particular line is commented out. It will not be executed. Okay, and then the first step, as usual, we are pulling a Docker image using from. Okay, using from, we are pulling the Docker image and then label. So this kind of labels usually you will see in the official Docker files in your company. So label means you are giving a version. So I'm saying this particular Docker file version is 0.1, meaning is that this is the first file I'm creating. Later on, if somebody else is editing this file, let us assume I left this organization after 6 months and some new engineer is coming and he's feeling that this Docker file has to be modified. In that case, you will change this version as 0.2. You will change the version as 0.2, and then again label. I'm saying who is the person created this Docker file. Author, I am the one who created, so I have given my name. In similar way it will be given in your company as well. And then email ID. I am giving my own email ID. Okay, and then as usual run is used to run any command initially when a Docker file is when a Docker container is created. So initially it is updating and then it's installing Apache 2. Here what I'm doing is that I'm installing Python as well. Let us assume there is a developer is giving you a code, okay, source code, and it is need he is telling you it should run in Ubuntu container, and then he is saying this particular code will run only in Apache 2 web server, and then he's saying you need a Python packages to be installed in the particular container so that his application will be executed or else it can be built as expected. So he's telling these are the dependencies which is needed for his application to be run. Okay, and then we are giving the working directory. Got it? So working directory we are saying root, and then actually we are deleting this. Sometime what is happening is that if I delete this, it's not working. So I will try to not delete. So I will go here and remove this command. So if I want to remove the entire line, what I can do is initially I need to press escape, and then if I give D double time, this will get deleted. Got it? To delete a particular line. And then I'm adding this index1.html file to some other location. That is where www.html, the location inside the container. Got it? And then entry point. We are going to start the service, and then we are defining the environment variable. We are going to define the environment variable as production. Node environment. What is the node environment? It's a production environment. And we are, the important thing is, in container level we are exposing port 80. Okay. And then at last we are creating a directory inside where www we are creating a directory called Kuben using cmd command. Okay. Now what else we are doing? That's it, I guess. I will try to clear the screen. I will try to clear the screen, and let's try to build this one. Okay. So this is kind of real-time kind of a file. Usually how like files will be there inside the project level things. Okay. I will write and quit the file. Let us check the file once more time whether everything is looking good. Okay, okay, okay. Everything is looking good. Let us build the file. Sudo docker build dash home dash ubuntu, and then we can say docker file -i -t, and then we can give the image name. I will name this image as real img, real image. It will do all kind of stuffs. You have any doubt, Nirmal or Bindu? We are using many parameters inside the Docker file. Clear, right? So this is also useful to you, right? We are because this is a kind of real-time file. I will give you all this file. You too, you can try to execute it and you can check it. See, it is doing multiple things, right? If we are doing all these things manually, it will take a lot of time. Sudo docker images. So the image is created. Let me try to build a container. Run a container. Sudo docker container run hyphen it hyphen d hyphen p. This time let's run this on port number 86, and the internal port number should be always 80 only for Apache. Name can say real container, and then the image name is real img, which is given here. Hit enter. The container is created. Okay, let us check from the web browser. So what is the port number we have given? 85, right? What is the port number we have given? 86. See, if I give 85, it's not working because the port number which we have given is 86. Enter. Got it. And then let's check the website. Index one dot html. We got the website as well. Can we make changes to the website? Come on, let's do that. Sudo docker exec hyphen it. I will say real that is a container name, right? And I will say bash. And then I will get into uh, I think this Vim editor will not be install. So let me try to install apt get install y am get install. So now I will go slash var. Now we are inside the container, guys, for information. HTML index 1. So what I will do means I will remove this website. I'm going to put a new website. Let us check it. How the continuous deployment is working. Enter. Now if I go there and refresh, see, I have created a website where it says main slot. Click the below link for GitHub page. If I click this link, I'm getting GitHub page. You can see here, right? This is how like the extension URLs the developers used to give. If I give open a new link as well, I am getting this link. I have given this link, internally mapped this link in the HTML. Maybe if you want, I can give this HTML file as well. Okay. So now we have seen many things. We have seen what is a Docker containers and how to build a Docker container using Docker file. So this is a very elaborate Docker file. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is that we are going to create a MySQL database using Docker. Okay. You know what is a database? Anyone? What's a database according to you? Yes. So a database means it's a kind of thing like a how operating system is there. So database means it's a kind of um, uh, you can say it is a kind of setup. Oh, okay, where it will show all the data, necessary data need to be executed. So everything, no, in the world, it is a form of it is in the form of data, right? So even if you take the human being is a complete form of data, right? Each and every cell inside the human body, actually it consists of data. It is having a data what it actually what it wants to do exactly, right? See, heart means it needs to pump the blood. Kidney means it should purify, and it should say purify the like whatever we have had. It should purify and it should take the blood and the residues. It should push it out. Lungs means it is a help to breathe. So everything is having a inbuilt data what to do, right? So suddenly there is a no chance that heart will start doing kidneys work, or else kidney will not start doing the heart work. Okay, or else either of us, either of these two organ, it will not start doing the lungs work. So everything in this world, it is a form of data only. Similar way, you are working on this Docker, or else you are working on this operating system. If you go to the minor level, it is a kind of data only, right? You are giving certain kind of script. Everything is running based on a code. So if you go basically code is a data only. So whatever is the thing, if at all there is an application is there, the application in the back end, it should store some kind of data. Okay, you are going to an Uber website and you are saying you want to go to Tambaram, and you are giving you want this car, and you are giving your like your current place location. So all this, what are all these things? These are the kind of data, right? So all this kind of data will be taken by the application, and then the application cannot keep this with the like with the application for a long time in the cache. It cannot keep it for a long time. So what it will do means it will store all these things in a backend database. Got it? So this database is very much needed. You should know how to create a database container, at the same time how to get into the database containers. Got it? So what we will do means today we will try to create a MySQL database container, and then we will try to execute into the container, and then we will try to pull out some tables. Okay, now what I will do means clear the screen. I'm going to pull a MySQL database. Sudo docker images pull MySQL. I am saying, and again MySQL. So usually these kind of containers, the particular vendor itself, they will be having the package. Okay, for Docker packages, they will be having Docker image packages. So the first thing, this is we are giving here MySQL, meaning is that this is a account name. We have seen in the Docker hub as well, right? The first phrase will be the account name, and the second phrase will be the image name. So first phrase is the account name. So MySQL itself, they are having a Docker hub account. Okay, so MySQL, and then MySQL, and then we are giving the image name MySQL hyphen server. We are going to install MySQL server, and then we are saying it should be a latest. If you want any particular version, you can give a particular version, but I'm not looking for any particular version, so I'm going to install the latest version. So the command is sudo docker images, sudo docker image. It's not images, it's image. Sudo docker image pull MySQL slash MySQL hyphen server, and then colon latest. Hit enter. It is pulling the latest image from MySQL hub, Docker hub. So it's pulling completed. Now it is extracting. After extracting the package, it will download and then it will complete it. Got it? So sudo docker images. So we have the image, MySQL image. Now let's try to run the container. Sudo docker container run -it -d -p. I'm saying port number is 92. Usually what is the port number for MySQL means 3306. Okay, and then I'm giving the name for this container is MySQL container. The image name is, this is the image name, right? So I will copy this image name and paste here. So what else I have given? I have given I'm saying sudo docker container run -it -d -p. I'm giving the port number, and then hyphen name. I'm giving the container name, and then I'm giving the image name. Hit enter. So it got created. How to check it? Sudo docker ps. Container will be running. This is a container, right? This image name. The name which we have given is MySQL container. Since it is very long, so it is coming in the next line. MySQL container. Now what we are going to do is we need to get into the container. That is, we need to get into MySQL. See, for certain kind of application, if you want to get into the application, you need the client application to connect into the application. So in similar way, MySQL also, to if you want to get into MySQL container, you need a MySQL client to be installed so that you can get into the MySQL container. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install MySQL client. Sudo apt-get install MySQL client. Okay, hit enter. So it is asking whether you want to continue. Yes, of course. So now this also got executed. So once after getting into the MySQL container, once after getting into the container, sudo docker ps this container, we will get into MySQL prompt. To get into MySQL prompt, we need password, right? Usually the default user will be root user. So there is a command to actually to take the password. The command is sudo docker logs. Okay. and then the container name my SQL cont. If you give this, what it will do means whatever logs it has been created when the MySQL container is built, it will show the logs. So these are the logs actually it has been created. Here you can see entry point, generated root password. This is the password. Okay. So simply copy this password and keep it for your reference. I'll keep it somewhere here. And now I will get into the container. Sudo docker exec-it my SQL cont, right? That is what our container name, if I'm not wrong. Bash. So we got into the container. Now, see, clear command itself, it's not there because this is a MySQL container, right? Right. Oh, it is locking the screen. Control L is working to clear the screen. Now I will get into the MySQL prompt. I will get into the database. Guys, whether my screen is visible? Okay, let me reshare enter screen. Like till I went into the con- container, you were able to see, right? Or else I will do it again. What I will do is a command to get into the container. Sudo docker exec-it. This is our container name, MySQL cont and bash. Now we are inside the container. Now let us log into the database. MySQL. Okay, this is the command -u means username, and then you can give the username is root -p means password. So it is saying enter the password. Already we have taken this password, right, for our reference. Copy this password, go here, right click and say paste and hit enter. See, now you are into MySQL prompt. You can see here, right? So it will give, once you get into MySQL prompt, it will give certain details. It will say, welcome to MySQL monitor commands, what is the version, and other things it will show. Now, what are the things we can do is that initially after getting into MySQL prompt, we cannot do anything. Why? Because means we got into the MySQL prompt using the default password given by MySQL. So it will not allow you to execute any MySQL queries. So what you should do means initially you should change the password. Okay. So already we have a command. So I have taken this command. So this is a command. Okay. What I will do is this command. I will explain you this command. First, it is saying alter user. You should it is saying to alter the user password for root at the rate localhost. Localhost means server. Localhost means this particular server. The user in this particular server identify by new password. It is saying to change the password. So the new password also I have given as new password only to make it easy. Now it has changed the password. Now what I will do means I will execute some basic queries in MySQL prompt. Show database. Show databases. It will list out all the databases. These are the basic databases which are there in MySQL. So these are OS level databases. What are the databases which are very much useful, which are needed for the MySQL database to run? Okay, so now what I will do means I will get into one of the database. Use information underscore schema is there, right? Can we go there or else let me go into performance. Use the performance underscore schema. So it is saying database is changed. So let us see what are the tables inside this database. So tables, and then you should give semicolon. So these are the tables. See how many tables are there. In this, let us see what are the content is there in this user table. So select star from users. I'm saying whatever is inside the user table, please list out to me. So it is saying only these many users are there. Null user is there, event underscore scheduler is there, health checker user is there, and root user is there. Got it? So again, if you want to exit, give exit, you will be inside the container. Again, if you want to go into the MySQL database, which is inside the container, give this command, and then now we have changed the password. You are right. You might have seen, right? The password is new password. Give this password, paste it, enter. Now you are into SQL, MySQL prompt. Got it?